I wouldn't say Blueprints is a big release. I would say it's a good release, but it's not really that, doesn't have that much. I guess it had like a little bit of sizzle, a little bit of hype right before it came out. And now that it's out, I don't know, what are the two? I think we've all played it. We could just jump straight into Blueprints. The puzzle game, I don't know how to talk about it. I don't want to show any footage of it. Because it's like a weird game to talk about.
Because you said the game wasn't making a big splash, and I thought to myself, but wait, I saw on social media so many people writing articles about how it was amazing and the next Outer Wilds and all this stuff. And then I was like, but you know what? I haven't actually looked at the numbers.
Yeah, I haven't either. So
13,000 all-time peak.
Okay.
Playing 11 minutes ago. They're currently at their peak, which is awesome. But 13,000. I mean, that's very solid numbers for a new indie game. Very solid numbers for a new indie game. No question. However, I expected that to be higher with the quality of this game.
It's on Game Pass. It's on every console.
Good point.
So that might be
that's going to throw a wrench in those numbers.
Yeah. I've also just had so many people, I mean, there's one actually right in my chat right now say like, hey, I've never heard of this game until today's podcast or last podcast or
I've been streaming this game like crazy and constantly have people coming in being like, what's this?
Yeah.
What is this game?
Yeah. So maybe that's a great place for me to start. Do you tell them to stop watching?
No, because this feeds my family. What I would tell them is
like, I don't know how to talk about the game because it's so easy to spoil stuff.
It's a roguelite puzzle game. It's incredibly unique, and the less you know about it, the better. I just made a thoughts video of it today, and I actually at the end was like, if you are at all interested in this game, the best thing you can do is not do anything else except go play it right now. Yeah. And like just absorb it. That's the kind of game it is.
Yeah. It will probably be a short conversation on it, I would think, here on the show. This is the trailer, so I guess no spoilers apart from the trailer itself. But yeah, came out with, I think it's the most or the highest scored
rated Metacritic game.
Yeah, of the year thus far. Sitting at like a 91 or a 92. I don't know if it's fallen from that, but that was about midweek. I jumped into it for a little bit yesterday. I played, it took about...
Wait.
What?
I don't think you jumped into it. I heard somebody else jumped into it.
Well, I was there for like the first 30 minutes, then he showed up a little bit later.
I was watching. Brute Force was watching the puzzler.
Apparently, did you see me brute force the random thing that someone was like, you're not supposed to figure that out for another like 30 hours.
No.
Oh, no.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah.
I have to know what it was. I have to know.
I don't know if you've done it yet, so I don't want to tell you.
I don't want to
I need a hint. I need a hint. Oh God, I'm so curious now.
Can
you tell me the room it's in?
It's not in a room.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not in a room.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Chat said it's like one of the longer puzzles in the game, and I just like stumbled upon.
Oh. Was it between two things?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Talking around puzzle games is
tough. It's impossible to talk around puzzle. That's why I'm just like, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I happened upon that.
The only other word I would say is it's like camping.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, great.
Yeah. And I just that was also on. So it's a run-based game. Let's talk about what's
anything.
It's a run-based game. And
it's a roguelite.
It's a roguelite. Yeah, and RNG does play a factor into it.
It does. Absolutely.
And
it's like any roguelite.
Yeah, I would say from the majority of the complaints that I've seen about that game, mostly from people that have played like 15 to 20 plus hours of it, that's one of the negatives that they say is that the RNG gets in the way of doing things.
Here's what's really funny. This is the exact argument that gamers made when these roguelite games started to become popular as well. People were talking about that stuff when Hades came out. How they didn't like their giant runs ending because they got bad RNG at the end of the levels. The thing about people complaining about this game's RNG, this is a fundamentally new thing. There have been other variations of roguelite puzzle games in the past, but this is one of the first times we've seen one of this level and of this quality. It is a new beast, and a lot of people playing it do not understand. They don't understand that this game is designed to be played multiple times. They don't understand that the RNG is there to brick you. Like, the point is that it stops you. So you have to redo it. So you discover new rooms and new stuff. If the RNG wasn't there and you could just, methodically complete every single mansion, the game wouldn't be half as interesting as it is.
Right.
Like, one of the biggest parts of this game is the fact that you get bricked, you go back in, you find new rooms, you find new RNG, you have to go through the same rooms, you notice new things, you get new items in new rooms you've never seen before. So it's interesting that like, it's one of the biggest complaints of this game, and I've seen it too. People that are like, I'm putting this game down because I got to the very last room and ran out of steps trying to go back to do this thing. And it's like, yeah, that sucks. But what's awesome is you now get to start again.
Right.
See,
Well,
but most people don't make that connection. They think that they've lost. They think they've failed and they don't feel good. And
Right.
that's just because they don't understand the gameplay loop. You're
Right.
supposed to fail.
Yeah,
It's supposed to fail and it's supposed to feel good.
it is not an original thought of mine, but the best way that I saw it described was, if you see a new thing or experience a new thing, that's a successful run.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's how I approached
100%.
it as well. And I generally think that's a new thing. Let me do that instead. It's probably going to end the run, but I want to see what happens.
Or just learning
Yes.
something. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
put that room down. Oh, it doesn't have power, so I can't okay, next time I'll do this. You know, you don't even need to learn anything if you just even have an idea for the next time you play.
Yeah.
It's that good.
Yep.
Well, and also if you
It's kind of like
Not
Outer Worlds.
super
Yes.
familiar.
Yes.
if you're not super familiar with roguelikes, it's about a lot of them are about hedging your bets. It's about unlocking new things. In previous games, like even going back to like Binding of Isaac, it was about unlocking new stuff and knowing what to look for, hedging your bets for the next time, making the rolls, instead of having it be a 20% chance, having it be a 40% chance and a 60% chance, and so on and so forth. And then knowing like this works with this, and every single run I've done in Blueprints, I have learned something new.
Yep.
And I apologize. Yeah, my voice is raspier than normal today. I'm sorry. I'm having a bad voice day.
Not a
So I'll
problem.
try and keep my talking to a minimum so it doesn't bother any of you fuckers.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Oh, thank God.
thank God. No. Hey, when the PoE2 interview here, mom's the word. I'm just going to sit back and I'll make a fart noise every once in a while.
There you go. There you go.
Fulfilling your quota.
Yeah, exactly. No, Blueprints is great for that. It does one of the things that I love about roguelikes, the good ones, where it's you do a run, you learn something, you get something, you figure out one thing. If you can figure out one new thing, and I will give it like anybody a piece of advice when it comes to any roguelike, not just Blueprints, but any roguelike, try the new thing. Don't do the safe thing.
Yeah.
Do the new thing. And the reason why you want to always do the new thing is because there's always another run. If it ends your run, there's always another run.
Yeah.
And you just got to remember, like, that's part of it. Doing multiple runs is part of the game.
Yeah.
It's great.
And chat,
Look forward to it.
I think I had kind of the lucky experience where my first run, I saw room 46 in some form, is what I will say, which is the goal of the game that you get from the very beginning. And so like I saw that on run 1 and everyone was like, geez, you had like, that's a crazy first run for you to have, that you got that lucky. And it's like, yeah. And then I got to the second one and I got like to it's a 5x9 grid. And I barely got to like 4 on the second run. And so I got humbled very quickly. And then I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I understand. But I saw new stuff on that second, on day 2. So I very quickly learned like what that
I'm on
loop
day
is.
38.
Okay.
I think.
How many hours have you put into it? Maybe that's where we lead now. Cause I've seen conversations that people finish this
22.
game. Okay, I've seen people finish this game around 20 hours and then say they have 120 hours played in the game.
I rolled credits.
Credits is how they say it.
And this is not
yeah.
very spoilery. I rolled credits today.
Okay.
So, but rolling credits is not the end of the game. In fact, from what I'm seeing, there is a significantly large, I feel like, you know how you do an MMO and you have like the leveling phase and then like all the stuff you've learned, there's like the end game phase. I feel like the part that I've gotten to now is like where the tougher stuff is.
Right.
Like the stuff that may take more, like a lot more thought than some of the stuff I've done earlier. A lot more connections, a lot more like checking like 10 different rooms for this stuff and then compiling it together and guessing. And dude, I got to a room today, I kid you not. It was a room with 4 puzzles. And almost no one of the 10,000 people watching knew the answer. And for a solid half hour, I was going around looking at these puzzles and all of chat and me were like taking guesses and working it out and figuring out. It is one of the best puzzle experiences I've ever had on Twitch.
Nice.
It was amazing. Like no one was like overwhelmingly shouting the answers and stuff. And they were tough puzzles, man. I went around that room the first time, taking a guess on every one of them, and every one of them was wrong. In fact, most of them weren't even like in the ballpark of the solution. It gets wild.
Yeah. No,
and for the record, that room didn't even open until after I beat the game.
Oh, so it's okay. The draft.
At least I hadn't seen it.
Has
My
stuff behind the credits.
5 days. Yeah. A bunch of new stuff happens after you roll credits. So it's big.
Yeah. Jason Schreier was the one that was like, yeah, I've got 120 hours in this. And I'm not really
I completely
done yet.
see it.
So
completely.
It's a little bit like Animal
Especially
Well
solo.
in that regard. Where Animal Well has credits, but the game doesn't necessarily
also
end after them.
Somebody earlier said, isn't Blueprints just like basically a copy of the roguelite system from Outer Wilds? And the answer is no, not at all. They both follow a roguelite thing, but honestly, Outer Wilds is more roguelike with a K. There's almost nothing in Outer. I think there's a few things in Outer Wilds that maybe go between desks, but not a lot, right? Like just a few like mechanical things. Like it's pretty much all about shipping the knowledge, like learning each run and then going back and doing new things. This game is different. This like Blueprints is much more of a traditional roguelike where you are physically unlocking things. You are getting bonuses between rounds. You are starting next rounds with more resources. So it is a much more traditional roguelite than Outer Wilds.
For those of you who need a refresher, roguelike, you do a run, all you come back with is knowledge. Roguelite, you come back with new stuff, new power-ups, new rooms, new whatever it is in the game.
Exactly right.
Roguelike, you come back with nothing but knowledge.
So it's
nothing
like Call
but
of
the
Duty,
info,
right?
What's that?
No, because whenever you finish a round in Call of Duty, you're getting like levels up and bonuses and stuff outside of the round. So,
got it. Okay, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Said that as a joke, but I'm going to hit you with the real. This topic is too important for jokes, JP.
No, that's fine. I feel like we've been saying the roguelike versus roguelite thing for 10 years now on the show, and it's still.
We need a new name for roguelike.
Yeah, we do.
That doesn't have anything to do with rogue.
I agree. Yep. We need to. Someone's got to get on that. Mr. John Video Games needs to get on that. Yeah. So now that you've rolled credits, then Co, are you shelving it, or are you gonna keep going for a while? Okay.
No, I feel like the game just started. Like now we're getting to all the really good stuff. Like some of it's really interesting because, well, nope, not gonna spoil it.
Yeah. Let's not.
No, let's not. Let's wait until
really
we're all
interesting.
Yeah, it's really
period.
interesting. Period. That's right. There we go. I can't wait to talk more about this stuff, but I can't yet.
Yeah, for me, it's so starting the game off nowadays, and this is a streamer conversation, not necessarily everyone can relate to this. I definitely had people that were just like flyby viewers be like, hey, 33. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks for the answer. Like, that's just a made up answer. But they would just like post, blatant answers in there, which sucks because it's like it's the very beginning of the game. But it did help like put me on my way. So it's going to become the Now I'm getting a backlog with like all of these like offline games. It's rough.
Taste my pain.
Yeah, it's rough. Like Kazan, I'm still on the same boss.
I'm still working on Kazan, man. I've got like 4 open playthroughs right now.
Yeah. So it's gonna go behind that because I'm probably won't stream it anymore because puzzle games people want to experience for the first time and generally like not necessarily the best.
We've had to really work to stream it on Twitch. Like my mods have been super on point. I constantly, every time I get to a puzzle, I tell everyone in chat, like, I do not want the answers.
Don't want
do
the
not
answer.
spoil that.
Yeah.
Like I constantly have to say that during it. So you know, got to work to stream a puzzle game on Twitch properly.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. Jason in my chat is pointing out, I said 33 and both of you stopped to think about if that's an answer somewhere. You're both
I
like,
totally did. I totally did.
33.
I did.
33. That's too simple.
Someone clued me into the like very early the dartboard stuff, how that works.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I've
No, it
only
wasn't.
been like spoiled with like one thing.
Okay.
And I will say it was kind of okay because I had definitely been like, I looked all around this room. I looked at everything and I was like, okay, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I was like, there's definitely nothing in here that's related to this. And I look over in chat and someone's like, really? Why don't you go read that line of this note again? I was like, well, let me do that. Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That happened with the in the boudoir room. If you know what that.
Yep.
Someone was like, well, I'm not gonna say what someone was like.
Yeah.
But yes, someone solved the boudoir room for me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
But yeah, not that very topical puzzle, if you could even call it that. It's just like hey, look around the fucking room that you're in, which is good advice for everything.
It's interesting because there's some puzzles that are very surface level and easy. And then when you get the answers to those puzzles, they don't really give you a lot of information, but they really whet your appetite. Like, what the hell did I just read? Or what did I just see? Like, and it's really, really well done. And then the stuff where you actually get the answers is like significantly harder in most cases. Takes a lot longer and more effort. Yep.
Yeah, I ran into the, let's say the fortune teller, and I got a little bit of what is one of the grander things in the game, and I was like, oh, Jesus. Okay, where's my notepad? Let me write some stuff down.
Are you using Steam Notes?
I am using Steam Notes, yeah.
Oh,
great
so
system.
good, dude.
So great system. I'm using Steam Notes
and screenshots.
And screenshots, yes. Hitting F12 in game on like anything I can read
it's wonderful.
or any image, I'm just like F12.
May need that later. Better F12.
Yeah. And let's see how many hours do I have of the game compared to screenshots? 4.6 hours, and I have 85 screenshots.
That checks out. Hey, you're playing it right. That's exactly how to play this game, dude.
Yeah.
They even say, and for those that don't know, they even say in the game at one point, like, you might want to get a notepad for some of this. Like, and real quick for the record, because not everyone knows this. You hold down Shift and hit Tab if you're playing this game on Steam.
Yep.
And there's a little tiny button at the bottom that looks like a pencil called Notes. And you can just write notes right there in the Steam overlay. I have like a notes thing that's like 16 pages long for this game. It's awesome.
Yep.
So strongly recommend using the screenshots and the notes. It's great.
If you want to just hit print screen and then Control V in the notes, and it'll paste the screenshot in the notes as well. So you can have both notes and screenshots in there at the same time. So it's a great way to keep track of all that stuff. Unless you're writing it down, I don't know if that game is actually doable.
There's a few there are a few puzzles that would not be doable without writing it down. Like there's no in-game way to track what you're tracking. Like you have to write it down.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
pretty great.
No, I got I've got 9 hours in it and 81 screenshots. So yeah.
Okay. Taking a lot of stuff. Yeah. It's cool. It's a fun game that I kind of came out of nowhere. Because I never played the demo. I think both of you were touting its demo for quite some time during Next Fest. And now that it's finally out, I dove in and had a great time with it. Or having a great time with it. Definitely check it out. It's on Game Pass. It's like $26 on Steam, and I think on other platforms it's $30. It's pretty much on everything.
Worth every freaking penny.
Does it have a Switch port? Is it on the Switch?
I don't know.
It'd be a really good like airplane game, potentially. I guess you'd have to take notes though, so maybe that's a little bit difficult. But it's good. Definitely check it out. It's Blueprints. It's out now.